right.
We're good. We're in.
Oh, you're already
We
you got the mic on. You ready? Gassed up.
What's up?
How many fat burners you take?
17.
That's it.
17 fat burners right now. I am on crack. What's going on? You know what I will do in my new Dracula mug is have a nice echelon as I am doing this beautiful discussion with Titan Medical. Ooh, it's about 5 pounds right there. Look at that. Ooh. I'm not flexing. I'm just drinking. Hey guys.
What's good from Chicago? How's Chicago right
Dude, man, good luck, Chicago. Man, you guys are going to get cleaned up. I love it. I got a bro out there, so it'd be nice that he's getting it all cleaned up.
Springfield.
All right, he's up in Chi-Town. Geez, brain dead.
Another from Springfield.
Guys, what is going on, man?
Illinois.
Hey, then my question to you guys live there. I talked to my brother. I got his point of view. He is a wrestling coach over there, so at the university. So he's you know, a little bit like me, hardcore. What do you guys feel about everybody coming in there and trying to help clean up and everything? And then I guess second question is, why is it just the white liberals that are upset about the whole thing? It's like they want the crime. It's like I'm lost. Honestly,
White guilt.
Yeah, that white guilt. Somebody said something the other day, and I thought it was so. When it's so simple, he said, "Well." They go, what? White privilege. Well, what's white privilege? Let me just destroy white privilege in a second. Privilege is being able to get checks from the government, sit at home and do nothing and get paid for. That's privilege. So, yeah, I thought that was a very good point. You know, the Starbucks guy was getting rammed. Did you see that one? Oh, the Starbucks billionaire. So he was on some kind of, they were investigating or doing something about the employees, and they were talking to him. And it was funny because you just know that the conversation, it was absolutely idiocy because it has nothing to do with how he did it or what a success he's been or what America has allowed him to do. It is only about that he got to be a billionaire. So we liked you when you were broke. Having and he's talking about his family, never owned a home, came from a very poor family, nothing. Washington, right? And I remember the very first Starbucks. It wasn't a store. It was just the cart out in front of Nordstrom's. So it was just one of those things, you know, December in Washington with the cart going, "You want some hot coffee? Here we go." But I'm just sitting there listening to the story, and I just got back from Romania, where I saw Mona's house as she grew up in a communist country. And I'm like, I can just see these morons complaining that she's a multimillionaire. Well, she can't. She's a beautiful woman. She's made millions, so she can't understand where we come from. And I'm like, you're all idiots. You're idiots. She came from a communist country, broke, didn't speak the language, worked her ass off more than you guys do. And she made herself a success. It's the whole story. It's not the ending. It's not just where they got to. That's what America's about. It's the incredible story. And the Starbucks guy was great about it because he said to the lady, he says, why do you keep talking about where I am now? Because it was like, you know who it reminds me of? Yeah, I'll say it. What was the guy that worked for me for a little bit?
Which one?
The Spanish one.
Serge?
No, not his. Serge is a worker. No, Nestor.
Yeah, Nestor.
Remember how he kind of at some point kind of goes, "Hey, I want half." Right. What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I worked for 45 years, motherfucker. It's like, you want half? What?
Yes.
And that's interesting because it's like, these employees at Starbucks are crying and complaining about their
Oh, is that
wages
what
and
it's
yeah, their wages and stuff. And he's like, "What are you talking about? You don't want the job? Get the out."
Yeah.
And I guess Starbucks is because I don't know if it's a meme thing, but it seems like that's the job most of those people that with the degrees do, the liberals.
And then they want the tip.
And then they want all the money and they want more money and they want part ownership of this. Oh, nice. Nice. But I thought it was just a great point that he shut the lady down and goes, "I came from nothing, below nothing,
Good.
nothing of nothing." Isn't that what America is about coming over here, doing it from nothing like Mona did and creating something good? We just went off on this tangent just because of the fact of, send John a link.
I did.
Went off on it because we just got back from Romania and I saw where she came from. I'd still be over there. Honestly, I'd like to think I'm a savage. I'd like to think I'm a badass dude, but I probably wouldn't even have left. You know, I wouldn't have thought about getting out. I would have thought maybe just make it in Romania or something, but she got the out. And when you see these videos that I'll get up there, her place of, I guess it was like 7 people in this 1 bedroom, and the doors, and then she sent money back when she got here and she made it, and she sent money back for them to rebuild the house. And it's hilarious because they did put extra stuff on a 2nd floor and all these things. And the dad and the mother built the house, then they split and they left Mona there with the kids. But I don't know who continued the build, but it was like pretty funny because you got a front door kind of thing inside and they go, "Yeah, we added this new one on. Do you think about maybe taking the door off?" Just so there's all these outside doors on the inside. It is hilarious. Pretty badass. And I saw the outhouse.
Privilege. Mike, can you tell us about how it was preparing for your first competition back in the day? Like your mindset. Were you ever? And then you stop typing.
Oh my gosh. That just gave me tingles.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd love to do that because of the fact that one is probably more in the forefront of my brain than most of my shows. And it was because it was my first show and I had the most incredible people around me. I had Jeff Magruder, which I'll definitely cut this video and clip this so you guys can see it. But Jeff Magruder was my guiding light. Jeff Magruder was the world champion at 242, the first guy ever in history to bench 605 at 242 pounds. Also, he won Mr. Washington and Mr. Seattle. So you got this guy, and he was a savage of a businessman. Savage. So I was training at his gym, started there when I was about 11, riding my bike from school to there. And my first show, I started getting ready when I was 13 and competed when I was 14. And he says, yes, you can do a bodybuilding show, but you have to do a powerlifting meet as well. And I go, okay, I'll do that. Because this is part of the training for the show. Remember, I was a kid and I thought, especially at that time, I thought the gym was about looking in the mirror and posing, lift some weights and pose. Man, it was awesome. They were like, stop posing and lift the weight. And so Jeff was the original person that said, from now on, it's sweatshirts. None of these short sleeve shirts, because you sit there and you pose in the mirror and you're always posing. And his philosophy, and I agree with it today tenfold, his philosophy was, if you're posing in between, and I know that Arnold says to do it and stuff, if you're posing in between your set, you're taking energy away from your next set. Now, I still remember that. And I was 13 at the time when he said, cover up, come to the gym to lift the weights and train. We're going to tear down the fibers. We're going to break the muscle. You know what I mean? And then we're going to get stronger and you're going to be a champion. So I trained for 3 months. Sorry. I dieted for 3 months. I was already training nonstop. But he had me do, I worked up to a half an hour of cardio on a old school kind of bike that you would rotate to make it a little harder. I was doing a push-pull routine, and I still have the book, and so I will print that. I do need to get that, making a note, getting my old journal out, a lot like Dorian Yates and stuff. And I do think, side note again, I think you guys should do a journal. I think you guys should have your book and take notes of what you're doing. So I did a push-pull. Push-pull was great for powerlifting. It's great for you youngsters because you can really do this and get that much work in a week. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That was the workout plan. I started at 205 pounds. And again, this is a 13-year-old kid, and I dieted down and then competed when I turned 14. It was right in that range. First show of the year. And I won. I dieted. I lost 30 pounds because I stepped on 29 pounds. I stepped on stage at 176 at 14 pounds. And I think I was about 5'9", 5'10" at the time. And I won. 20 kids. All of them were 19-year-olds. It was a teenage show, Mr. Washington, and I won at 14 years old. It was a great show. Thanks for asking that question. I do remember this too. That's when tuna and rice cakes. Yeah, they had rice cakes back then. 1983. So that's why you probably see on my shirts, there's some times where you see the shirt and it says 1983. It's a representation of my first time on stage. 2 weeks later, I won my first powerlifting meet just in 2 weeks. So it was a great experience. I love it. I'll try to find some great overlays for you guys. And I'll try to also put in some overlays of my book and my journal and any photos I have of that time. So I might have been taller than 5'9". There's Jeff Magruder. That does nothing for how he really looked. His chest. Remember I told you Rico's chest?
Yeah.
Jeff's chest. Rico had a chest that goes from here. It was like Arnold's. It was like, you're joking me. And when Jeff Magruder would get done training chest, it was just gorged. It's awesome. Awesome kabasum. So that was a great question. I appreciate that so much, my man. Who was that? Who asked that question? Because I'd really like to put their name on there.
This was Goran.
Goran, thank you.
Goran Highlander.
Yeah. There can only be one. I'm excited about the new one with Batista, Cavill. Is that how you say his name? Henry Cavill. I forgot who played the Sean Connery character. It was somebody good though. Might have been Kevin Costner or something like that.
Russell Crowe.
Oh, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I hope he kind of gets it. The only reason I say I wish he would kind of get back in shape is because Russell Crowe's the same age as me. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah, that's the only thing. I'm like, no, come on, you're the Gladiator kid. Stay in it. Russell Crowe School of Acting. So I was also thinking about something. Side note, you guys can hear it first off. I'm going to put up a post. I saw some posts months ago, and I think Jeffrey even made one where it shows the ages of these people and how they look. I was going to do a different one because the ages of the 80s and 90s people, they were 40 years old, but they looked like they were 100. I'm going to do a new one, and I'm going to have Nurse Mike in it.
Jeez.
When he's in, like 35, right? Looking like he's 70, but I'm going to also put Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Brad Pitt. So I'm going to put up all these guys and me, all these 60-year-olds, right? All these 60-year-old guys, and then Nurse Mike looking like garbage next to guys almost twice his age that didn't study it like he did. Study it. There's a difference. I'm educated in it. He just studied it. And how all these individuals look like Greek gods, and he looks like what's the Cookie Monster? Which is the one that lives in Sesame Street? He lives in the garbage can. That's he's like reminds me of the Cookie, but he pops up and he's like, "Oh yeah, like you eat cookies all day. You look like shit."
No. The green one. I forgot the name of him.
What is it? Grover. that's
Oscar
Nurse Mike.
the Great.
Oscar the Great. All right. So, what do you got? T, you want to go live with me?
Hit it.
Pull those cupcakes out.
Right here. I'm going back up to the top, guys. We got Florida in the house.
Florida. I'll be there in a couple weeks.
Shoulder press 400 into the Titan crew. Massive. Just
Jeez.
hit a PR of 400 on military press. Thanks to your tips. That's nuts.
Not since Ted Arcidi. Man, that's you're talking about a 90s guy.
How can I make meal prepping simple?
How do you make meal prepping simple, man? There's so many companies. There's so many companies. We just got the big stud on here.
Ha! What's going on?
You want to come over here? Come over here. Hit that. So meal prep is the easiest thing in the world. Johnny is a meal prep freak, and he doesn't need to be. And I love that he does. You could have a company prep your meals, and it's not a crazy range difference of you buying it and going out and fixing it yourself. For all of you out there, you could just get a company to do that, and then and it saves you time, and time is money. So
Big time.
yeah. But Johnny,
I just eat the exact same thing, huh?
But do you fix it Sundays and Wednesdays, or do you do something like that, or do you just do every day?
I just do it when I prep it before I need it, I guess, if that makes any sense. So like, for instance, I just made steaks this morning.
Okay.
So I had them out yesterday. They thawed out yesterday. And at that point, I woke up this morning, when I let the dogs out, I preheat the oven. After they let out, come back in, put them on there, let them go in there for about 34 minutes. And at that point, pull them out. As I'm getting ready, they're cooling off a little bit. And at that point, I'm ready to eat. It just, the diet just really depends on like what's going on and what I'm eating, I guess, like what I'm getting ready for. Like right now it's Olympia. So, usually I would eat 2 steak meals. Sometimes right now I'm putting chicken in one of those meals, not in the morning one. The morning one I'm doing steak, but the later one I'm doing chicken. So I'll be adding more chicken to the diet per se, maybe even some fish as I'm getting towards Olympia.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I think the microphone's definitely out.
Can you hear me?
We're just gonna cut that whole thing
Hello?
out when he said I'm gonna go to chicken and fish. Johnny, stay with the steak.
Stay with the steak?
Stay with the steak, kid.
Why?
Don't do it. Don't change it up like that. Don't go to fish. You're gonna look like me. You're gonna be all skinny looking.
I'm not gonna change it up like crazy, but I'm definitely gonna change it up to the sense where I'm gonna start leaning out a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, I gotta be a little lean. I can't go in there like looking like fluffy.
All right. Then I got a question for you.
Me too.
Why aren't you doing Piedmontese beef?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're saying you're doing fish. Why? Well, because it's a leaner cut,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Why
it's
wouldn't you
leaner
get the
altogether as far as that goes. Chicken holds less fat too as well than beef, even if you get the best cut, like a fillet or whatever it may be. I listen, I look at cuts of beef all day, every day. And I don't just go to like a
Can you
supermarket
pull
and
up
grab my fillets
the
or go to
fillet?
Sam's Club and grab my fillets. I actually go, you know, who does my fillets and cuts them like perfectly is Eddie V's. Eddie V's a huge chain, right?
I
Huge.
get
Like,
you. I hear you. I 100% hear you. But it's the bowl. It's not the cuts. The Piedmontese.
it's both. It's both.
We show them
Listen,
both.
if you have the best bull in the world and you get a fatty cut from that, it's just like Wagyu, right? Like Wagyu is like, oh, it's $1,000 for the steak. I'm
Oh,
like, I wouldn't
man.
eat Wagyu if you paid me
Guys,
$1,000 because I don't want all
don't
that
worry.
fat.
Don't worry. I'll straighten him out. He doesn't even know. This guy
But I'm
doesn't
willing
even
to
know.
try. See, so I
Man.
don't know much about this Piedmont, so I have to really
Like a
like try
community
and look
college,
at it.
and I'm over here doing college over at Pepperdine or something, dog. Come on. Come on now. I'm sending you this breakdown of Piedmontese and their bulls. And Jeffrey, give us a breakdown on what they do and how they remove to get the fat-free steak.
I don't know if they breed them to do that or
They
that's
breed
just-
them.
it's-
Wait, they're
breed-
fat-free steak? Fat-free? Is that what you just said?
I just
Yeah.
tried to tell you that, kid.
Oh,
trying to-
that's a game
They're-
changer. I didn't hear
they're,
that. I'm sorry. I
what is
stand
it?
corrected.
These cattle are born without myostatin gene,
Right
so they
Right.
are just juiced up.
there.
No,
You're talking about the
fat,
ones that are
body.
just naturally just built, right?
jacked up.
Well, are they natural?
Are
They're
they
about as
actually?
natural as. Well, yeah, these things are they're bred and they're amazing. And this is the steak that I do when I'm dieting down for these kind of projects. And we did send you some at one point, and this is the cool thing. When I first ate them, I thought they would be like, but they're fat free, so they're gonna taste unreal.
Dude,
They're
I'm
unreal.
very interested in fat-free. If I get fat-free, I would definitely do it.
Weighs one
1
one and
gram,
a half.
1.5 grams
Yeah,
per 4.
for 4 ounces,
For
which
4
which is
ounces.
pretty much what you get in white chicken breast.
There's white chicken, a good
Or
chicken breast,
similar.
not a Costco
Mhm.
breast.
Right.
Yeah. Costco's, I don't know what that thing's at.
Those are little mutant chickens running around, mutant shrimp running around.
There you go, kid.
Okay.
Yeah,
Looks good.
Jesus.
It's
2
crazy.
8-ounce fillets, $70, 35 a pop. That's not too bad, folks.
Yeah, so 1.5 fat, obviously 26 protein.
Pull up the hamburger too, would you?
Yeah,
I'm
me,
definitely gonna order this. I'm gonna order some of these today.
Kid, they're
I'm gonna order some
if
today.
you do, is it Titan?
Yes.
Put Titan in. Put Titan in.
Okay.
And then send me that because I'm gonna and just I'll mark off your credit card number. I'll use it myself, but I'll mark it off for the rest of the people.
Okay.
And then yeah, get the hamburgers though. Also, the ground beef.
Are those? Like it's almost fat-free type deal?
Yeah. I'm trying
Hold on.
Yeah, you got some in
I
over
think
there.
she's thawing them.
It'll actually blow your mind how crazy
T.
all this stuff is.
That is nuts.
But it's just steak. It's just steak and beef. So there's no like caveat to it. It just happens to be leaner, but still
Okay.
all the flavor and all that.
You'll be able to see better than I do.
People always say that. They're like, "Oh, like you need fat for the flavor." I'm like, man, I don't want no fat. I don't care. It tastes really good to me without fat. So I don't like
I
chewy
agreed.
rubber.
I
You know?
The whole time I was over there, everybody was eating porterhouse and stuff. When I was in Romania,
Nah.
and Mona was just getting me straight salmon
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fillets.
Yep.
I can't see this.
Yeah.
I'm so blind.
These are these are the weekend boys right here.
Yeah, those are the fun hamburgers.
Yeah, these are 26 grams of fat,
Okay.
Oh shit.
32 grams of protein.
So these are my high day
Yeah, these are-
meat.
these
Those are.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
this is the fillet.
Yeah, that's the fillet.
Can you throw that back
That's the
in?
one I pulled up on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh no, shit! This one's different. This one is 0 grams of fat.
Oh wow.
So this is, and it's a 6 ounce. So 1 6-ounce steak is 0 grams of fat,
The
Tell me the
sirloin
protein.
fillet. Huh?
39 grams of protein.
It's almost 40 grams of
man.
protein for that one. You're done.
I'm gonna pull it up on that can.
With
There you
0
go.
fat.
Sirloin
That's
fillet
that's,
right
that's
there.
awesome.
0.
That is awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was wondering because I know that I always do when I get down there, I give it the fat free. But I'm brain dead right now. So, but I did do. Again, I think this is for everybody out there. I got back Monday from overseas, and I received my Titan package.
Mhm.
Got some new shirts in.
Oh yeah.
But I also got something that, man, did I feel the difference. So I'm over in Romania doing my trip and stuff,
Mhm.
and I had no fat burners. And I get back, and there they are at the door just saying, "Hello, Mike." And man, I am up at 2:30, 3 o'clock, back into that early morning routine instantly. Johnny, talk about something that you can give people to give them energy, focus, just a nice little one tap, and this is all you do, right? From what I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, no, this is all that I do. So ECA Stack Plus. We have different doses for different people because some people have different tolerance to stimulants, right? So ephedrine, roephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, and chromium. Super cool because at this point, ephedrine and caffeine work synergistically together to help burn fat or start thermogenesis in the body, which is awesome. What are you going to get out of this? One, you're going to get energy, good energy, no crash at the end. Mental clarity should stimulate, right? And at that point, creating thermogenesis and helping burn body fat. And this is great because at this point, like everybody nowadays is tired and everybody's going to energy drinks, whether you have hormone deficiencies or you're up and you're just working all the time. A lot of people are depending on energy drinks and they're all around, right? Multi-billion-dollar business. I mean, look at Celsius, look at Red Bull, who's the originator, look at Monster and all these other companies afterwards, because I don't even know how many companies out there. So obviously people are looking for this energy kick, right? And at that point, they're drinking these drinks. Now, some might be all right for you. Some might be a little bit better than the other ones. But at that point, when you get an ECA Stack Plus, you're getting a capsule with only these ingredients. There's no fillers. There's nothing else. So at that point, like you don't have to worry about anything else. You know it's coming from a pharmacy. You can't get this anywhere else either. So it's not like you can go into a convenience store and grab something like this. So that's the best. I mean, if you're looking for something that's going to help with a pre-workout type sensation, or you need to get by in the day, this is a game changer. A game changer. If you're looking workouts, game changer. If you're looking for competition, getting through peak weeks or deficits in your diet and you're just feeling down, this is going to be a game changer. So you can utilize this every single day. I utilize this every single day, and I have for 10 or 11 years now, I think. There's some times where I'll give myself like a weekend break, or if I'm on vacation, I don't need to be stimulated. Like I'm just relaxing, so I want to be relaxed. But my daily grind, I definitely need something to keep me going. And at this point, this is what I take, right? And this is what gets me going, because I have to be able to make decisions like this from right when I wake up in the morning to all the way till I go to bed. I'm having to make these serious decisions or something that's going to possibly affect the business or possibly affect me. So, at that point, I got to be on point. And, getting 5 or 6 hours of sleep every night is not optimal. I'm not saying that's good at all, but this is what I'm having to do to be where I'm at and like keep progressing forward. I feel like there's not enough time in the day, and I'm a great person with time management. So I don't know if you're looking for something to replace coffee from staining your teeth, or you don't want to be drinking energy drinks, you want a more healthier type solution. ECA Stack Plus is going to be effective. Price wise, I mean, I don't even think you can compare it to anything else. I mean, you're talking about maybe $2 a capsule. What else are you gonna buy for $2 a capsule? That's gonna keep you going for 4 to 6 hours at least and help you burn
What's a
fat and give you
V-chip?
more mental clarity.
V-chip's like $10 a capsule, isn't it?
Yeah, at the gas
What
station.
is
At
it?
the gas station.
Oh yeah. I
How
mean,
quickly
you know,
do you expect results?
huh?
This is a great question.
How quickly could somebody expect results using the ECA stack?
I mean, results of energy and all that.
Yeah, the fat burning process. How quickly will that?
I mean,
kick in?
30 to 45 minutes. That starts kicking
Oh.
in. You know, I mean, you're gonna create thermogenesis right there. Body temperature could go up at that point. Like if you're doing steps or like, you know, I tell people even if you're sitting at your desk all day, I mean, this is gonna help to some extent, but if you can get some activity in, it's gonna be even better. If you can utilize this for a HIIT exercise in the morning and I fasted, we'll be able to use ephedrine caffeine like that. And we have one that has yohimbine in it. If you have those three components together, like on an empty fasted workout, you're going to start really getting into burning some of that body fat. And then it'll continue it down the line on how your diet is and everything that comes after that and what you do. But at that point, like right then and there, like you're going to be good. So, you know, this could be utilized in a number of different ways. And you know, I mean, like I said, even mental clarity wise, even if like instead of students in college, because when I went to college, and God, I went to college in
they do
2000,
through the energy.
2001. So I'm old school, right? To that extent. But when I went to college, people were using Adderall and Ritalin and all these things.
Oh, they still do.
Right? And they still do, which blows my mind. It just
Video
blows
game
my mind.
kids.
Huh?
Video game kids.
It's not video game kids. It's adults. Adults are like the number one consumer of these drugs.
Do it too. The video kids.
All these guys are doing it. They're just doing it, right? Because what? They want energy, right? They want to be stimulated. They know that this is gonna because it's like methamphetamine to a certain extent, so it's gonna keep them stimulated. But the thing about when you use Adderall and Ritalin, you use it for a long extended period of time, you're gonna burn out your nervous system. You're gonna burn out like. It's almost like the zombie effect to a certain extent, right? You know, so you don't want to do that. And that's where ECAs can come in and they don't do anything like Adderall or Ritalin. Plus, Adderall or Ritalin are a Schedule II controlled substance. So it's essentially the exact same as an oxycodone in scheduling a controlled drug, right? So, you know, why? Why are so many people using this? Because they want energy and they want to lose weight. They think this is going to do it. They're totally wrong. It might do it for a short period of time. You're going to build up a tolerance just like anything else, and you're going to have to increase the dose. If you use ECA Stack Plus and you use some of these different weight loss solutions that we have, you won't need any of that. Plus, you'll have mental clarity, energy, and you're burning fat, and you're burning it in a healthier way. You know, I mean, essentially, like you are just if you use stimulants to lose weight and that's all you use, and you're going to burn yourself out. The receptors are going to be gone. You're just going to be like. So at that point, like you really, really got to watch what stimulant you're taking, especially when it's Ritalin and Adderall.
Let me hold you up for a second real quick. I want to throw this in. You did say that you may take a couple of days off, and that hit home with me.
Yeah.
Just for you guys out there. Like I said, I got back from Europe, woke up at 2:00 on Monday, and I'm go. And I started back on my peptides. I started back on my EAA stacks. Man, I flew through the day. But there is something about maybe going 5 days and taking 2 days off because it's a nice.
It's a reset.
Yeah, it's like
those receptors.
You do coffee every single day, or do you take a Sunday and go, let me just veg and pull it back a bit? And so it's nice for me to be able to do that, like on a Saturday or Sunday, and pull back a bit. And then on Monday, I take the one tablet, whoa, I'm off again. So I think that's a great thing for people to kind of go, how do you just relax and not have the brain go 100? Maybe pull off coffee, or if you are doing stimulants, pull off of those for a couple of days. And because you don't realize when you start something, like Jeffrey could talk about this, you start on the energy drinks or fat burners of any sort.
Any
you know it, you've been doing it for a week. Next thing you know, you've been doing it for 2 years straight. And Jeff went cold turkey.
I just quit. That's because the Bang Energies were turning into melatonin, basically. I drink a Bang and I I just passed right out.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Something-
you know, that's what happens though. You know, I mean, you essentially start drinking more and more and more. Before I went Titan, I worked for a huge advertising marketing agency, and I started drinking Red Bulls. I used to drink Red Bulls all the time with my alcohol. I drink Crown Royal. I used to drink it with when I used to go out, and I used to drink like 4 cans of these Red Bulls a day. And I started getting up, and I started looking at it. I'm like, man, this is not good. This is not good at all. I need to quit this altogether. And I did. And at that point, I'm like, I'm never going to drink energy drinks again after this. And especially like when Titan came, and I was like, oh, I could do ECAs. I'm like, this is going to be the best solution for me, and overall healthier for me too as well. I mean, even guys and girls that are taking in pre-workouts, the max I think a pre-workout can put per serving size of caffeine is 400 milligrams. They say 400 milligrams is usually your daily dose of what you can intake and be okay without overstimulating and overdosing. So some of these guys are taking in 2 or 3 of those serving sizes. I've literally seen some of these guys put these caps in their mouth and go.
Oh, come on.
What?
Okay. All right.
Dry
Go
scoop.
on,
They
go
call
on,
it dry
go on.
scooping. Yeah, they dry.
Okay.
Come on, you see these guys dry scoop, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Doc. I'm
Go
not
on the
watching
internet, like,
porn.
oh, dry scoop.
Yeah,
Just
come on.
cook
Stop
it up. Like dry scoop,
Come on.
right? I mean, Piana used to do this.
Yeah.
He used to dry scoop all
Yeah,
the time.
dry scoop. That's what it's called. Okay. I got to put his cookies in his computer what he's looking at.
Okay, so if you're taking 1,200 milligrams at one time, you know, for a workout, that's a little bit too much. And then at that point, what happens is they go on that path, and they might need to take a little bit more and more and more, and then they just fry the receptors, and they're burnt out. Their system is done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's good to, like, you know, cut back sometimes, even if you're taking in 4 milligrams a day, maybe come back to 2, or give yourself a break, like Mike was talking about and what I said earlier. You know, if you're looking to reset the receptors one time, you could use Benadryl, but at that point, like, it's not going to work every time you want to do it. You're like, oh, let me drink some Benadryl. Let me take some Benadryl. It's not going to work. So I don't know. Use stimulants. If you use stimulants correctly, though, I mean, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Like, professionally, business wise, training wise, they've got.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Flat as a pancake. I need some carbs.
I mean, they've got studies on actually being able to lift more weight when you're stimulated with caffeine alone. So, you know, use it correctly. It works in your favor. You don't use it correctly, you know,
Like anything,
you're gonna have to,
right?
you're just gonna have to. You're gonna take more, and it's not gonna work as effectively for you.
We're just saying be smart about it. Use it for what you need to push, and then pull back on other days.
Yep.
I'm doing blood work tomorrow.
Yep.
And so I'm excited because I know that we just had it just a couple weeks ago. I had my talk with my provider at Titan Medical, and she was recommending things, and I go, okay, I'm going to really take these notes on, hey, look at this, look at this. So I'm excited about going back in and getting my blood work. It was pretty simple for me, just so you guys out there. I messaged the office, said I need to do blood work again. I was requested to do this by my provider, and boom, within a day, I got my labs for doing my protocol, and I'm going to go tomorrow morning and do it. So again, for you guys out there, this would be, I guess, a 6 weeks between the two.
Probably 6 weeks. I'd have to look at the exact date, but I mean, listen, even if you're not a patient, you want to get blood work, just go to a website, titanmedicalcenter.com. You can buy the blood work right on there. You don't need to talk to anybody. You don't need to text anybody. Literally just go on there. If you're a guy, buy the guy's panel. If you're a girl, go on there, buy the girl's panel. Works the exact same way. If you call or text in, you say, listen, I need blood work. We'll take care of it. Not a problem, right? Or if, like, your provider says, hey, listen, we want to get more blood work on you. He's like, all right, well, I'm following up what the provider said. But you essentially just want to check out what's going on. You don't need to talk to anybody. You literally go on the website, you check out, you know, with the product, with the blood, the female or the male panel. And at that point, you're going to get the slip in your email, your prepaid lab requisition slip. There's going to be a link in there for the nearest lab locations to you. You're going to take that slip into that lab location you choose with your ID. There's no payment that's needed to get to the lab. You don't have to show them an insurance card. They're going to, you know, grab that paper. They're going to draw your blood, and then we're going to get the results automatically in 3 to 4 business days, faster than anybody else out there. and we have the most inexpensive blood testing, single test or per in-depth test, however you want to place it, I guess.
Now, here's another thing. If you are not in America and you still want to work with Titan Medical, just find somebody in America that you work with. Like when we were over in Romania, I got to hang out with these big time politicians. It was great. It was amazing. But these guys are really amazing. Romania is very into health. The country is. Reminds me of America back in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it does. It's amazing. Cool. And so I was working with the president, vice president of Romania, and the Congress there. I guess you would call it. I don't know if it's the same terminology, but and some of the guys get their products from Titan Medical, and they just get it sent to a person in America, and then they send it over to them. So that's just another way around it. But I thought it was impressive. Because if you want to do something, you'll do it. And I thought that was cool coming from these kind of guys that it's like, wow, they're second level. I thought that was cool to be around. And again, definitely cool. Props to Titan Medical on helping people out and doing what they can to help people. Yeah, so that's just another friend to you guys. I know Canada is a tough one when it comes to doing blood work correctly. You know, but this show is about trying to take care of it and talk about blood work panels and, you know, what the protocols for each of these things. And we'll get more and more videos from John and the team and put those over on the show so you guys can see each category. What does it mean? What is it talking about? I think this would be really beneficial for these guys out there, that it's not just testosterone. Because that's whatever. If you're doing blood work, it's only for testosterone. It's like,
we're definitely not just looking at and that's the thing. Like I started looking at the list that you sent over and some of those and what they're charging and kind of what they're testing for. I'm like, man, like this is. I mean, you're not really getting a lot of bang for the buck when you're going down those routes. I mean, I even see some of the clinics and all they do is the most minimal testing. They do a free and total. They'll do maybe a CBC. And maybe a CMP, which is a comprehensive metabolic panel, look at liver, kidneys, and the CBC is looking at the blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit. So at that point, like when you see that, you're like, man, like these guys are doing you a disservice. One, because they're not checking behind every rock they need to just to start you. But at that point, like they're charging you a good amount of money to do it too, as well. So, you know, at that point, like, you know, you got to know what you're getting, apples to apples testing, look it over, make sure like, hey, listen. And if you don't know the blood test, you can kind of look at what the blood tests have in them and you can kind of compare those tests for yourself and look like, all right, am I getting all this? But yeah, I mean, it's nuts.
Is Andreas there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, I'm going to have Jeff reach out tomorrow and see if we can get some of those videos, just John talking about each of the panels and kind of
baby. Text me or email, Jeff. I'll send it to you right now.
Perfect. I think it's, I always say, talk to me like a 2-year-old. I want to fully understand this stuff. I'm not a doctor, so I really want to understand it for myself.
Yeah.
So when the doctor is talking to me or my provider over at Titan Medical, I go, okay, I need to fix this way I can be healthy and continue to be Titan's father and be here doing what I do.
I mean, just on basic tests for males, especially, I mean, the guys should be looking at prostate. I mean, testosterone is not going to mess with the prostate. I know that was before, like people thought that, but you should be looking at the prostate anyway, just to make sure that the patient's healthy and other things too, as well, that we would cover on there. It's just, you know, it's doing your due diligence and doing right by the patient and covering your butt too, as well. I mean, you know, so there's a lot of positive aspects.
He said blood. I got you. Nothing. Sorry.
I didn't say blood. I said butt.
Okay.
I did, because we're essentially covering our ass, because at that point, like if we're not doing what we should be doing on our side, then, you know, if something happens to that patient, then it comes back to us.
Yeah.
You know,
that's a wild thing. Because
that's why
you do so much for the patient and you go over and above, where some of these other companies rake these patients through the man. They rob them.
Well, you know what I seen? I seen on one of those, and it was the one that was the main one on that sheet, right? I won't name any names, but what I seen on there is like what they advertise is they advertise the blood testing, and then you get to talk to the health coach. Like, oh, so you're not going to talk to the provider, you're going to talk to a health coach? I'm like, that's interesting. I mean, because I've seen some of these clinics, and what they do is they do the blood test. Supposedly, a provider looks at it, makes the recommendations of what they want to do with the patient, and then the health coach or the sales consultant or the HRT, whoever, tells them the information, and then
Right.
starts talking about what they should be doing program wise.
You got handed off.
Yeah, it should. I mean,
Big
honestly, if they
time
want to do
deal.
that, that's fine. But it should go to the provider first. The provider should have the consult with the patient. The patient should understand the benefits of treatments, of whatever they're going to be prescribed, the risks of those treatments, right? Kind of like the breakdown of why they're taking these treatments, and you know what they're going to be like progressively working towards, right? Like, so if it's HRT, like, listen, you're going to go on testosterone replacement therapy. The positives are energy, mental clarity. You know, you get better libido, self confidence, all these things. Negative side effects, things could happen possibly, and these are the things that could happen if you don't take your regimen like properly. Estrogen could go up. You could have, you know, whatever it is. I mean, there's different things, but you should be doing both of those things and telling those patients that, and at that point, be able to tell the program of why they're taking the medication. You're taking this medication because, like testosterone, because you're lower testosterone, you have symptoms of low testosterone. That's why we're going to prescribe testosterone. We're going to get you in a high optimal normal range, and then we'll talk about the anastrozole. We're going to do the anastrozole. Now, anastrozole could have negative side effects or it could have positive. Most of our patients have positive experiences with anastrozole, but listen, if you're having any negative symptoms, please contact us. So that's the other aspect too, is the service end after the patient gets the meds. After the patient gets the meds, you know, ask those patients how easy it is to get in contact with somebody if they have a problem. It's easy to get in contact with somebody when they want to make the sale, but the follow-up and the care and the continuity afterwards, that's where they drop the ball. And they drop the ball because, you know, because there's so many fish in a barrel, you can just shoot them. That's how our business is right now. The business of HRT and all this is picking up so much that some of these places, like, that's what they'll do. So, I mean, it's something to watch out for.
I talked to one of those companies, and I had my blood work done. My numbers were great. I had one marker, like my blood sugar was like a little high because I was in crazy mode. Not bad. I talked to like some 18-year-old kid on the phone who hounded me, and at the end of the call, it was like a 10-grand bill, and I was like, "Yo," look, I got a little blood sugar, a little high, and my shoulder hurts. 10 grand?
Oh my God!
And then when I talked to Titan Medical, the first question they said is, "Hey Jeffrey, how's your diet?
Yeah,
how's your training going?" And that just blew my mind and stuck with me forever. So it's like the contrast between sales and caring was night and day.
I mean, and you're, you know, talking to a provider instead of an 18-year-old kid. I mean, you're probably looking at this or talking to this kid because that's the other thing. Like, these guys out there, there's clinics out there that they're just having phone calls with patients. And like, you don't know who's on the other line. You're not establishing, like, at least through video, you're establishing, like, I can pick you out in a lineup what you look like. And you are a doctor. If they say you're not, then I'm going to pick you out. And this is the guy that I seen. So, you know, the doing the phone thing, that's really shady. It's illegal in some states, gray area in some other ones. But, you know, I mean, you know, it's the Wild Wild West, man, right now. I thought it was Wild Wild West when I first got in the business. It's the Wild Wild West right now. It's like crazy. Cowboys and Indians. It is. It really is. Like, oh, this was another one. I couldn't believe this. So the way that peptides are working nowadays is this. There's compounding pharmacies that are making peptides, U.S. licensed compounding pharmacies, right? Now, what's happening is these peptide companies are getting smarter, right? They're not saying this is a research chemical site. They're saying that these peptides are made in a CGMP area of a 503A and a 503B. Just by sounding that, you think, right, on the other end, as a consumer, that these are made in a pharmacy. They're not. They're in the pharmacy getting produced, but they're not in the pharmacies getting produced. So that makes any sense to you.
No.
It's a sterile compounding room that they're compounding, but it's not underneath the pharmacy's name, if that makes any sense. So they're sending these bottles out. And it's like Biofusion and like, I'll name them. I don't care. There's like a mass number of these companies, right? Because they keep hitting me up daily about supplying my patients. And they see this. I'm like, you guys aren't a CGMP. Like, this is not a 503B. Like there's a difference. A 503A for everybody out there is a patient-specific pharmacy. So for Hercules Potion, Mike gets Hercules Potion. The vial comes in Michael Hearn's name for Hercules Potion. They're not allowed to send that bottle to the office and give multiple shots out of that vial as a dummy vial per se, right? A 503B makes those injections just from the office to do multi-use injections to patients. So they're not either one of those. And at that point, they're selling these things and they're selling them under the pretense of they're made in these pharmacies, but they're really not. And then what they're doing to get out of the liability of it is they're saying that where they have the not for human use now, it says physician use only. Okay. So now you think as a consumer, you're like, oh, well, all right, well, the doctor has to prescribe this to me. And when you look it up online, it shows directly like the reason they're putting this on there is because they pass the buck of liability from themselves. Once the doctor orders it and then gives it to the patient, now they have all the liability of that. So if something happens, they're out of it. So it's just crazy out there. Like I got people hitting me up for a product called Glow, and Glow is GHKCU, BPC, TB500, and something else. No U.S. licensed pharmacy makes a Glow product. This is the reason why. For everybody out there, like
on the other part, man.
Like I see all this stuff out there. People, this is the reason why.
World.
The reason why
sounds like a medical drug. It sounds like something that's going to heal you bad knees.
I mean, listen, if the drug is, I mean, those are great things to have. Right. And if you can combine them and you're taking one shot and you're getting those full dosages of all those medications, that one shot, dude, that's a winner. I'm not going to be like, no, that's not going to, that's going to be great. The problem is this, the difference between getting from a U.S. licensed compounding pharmacy and getting from one of these places is third-party testing. So they test for a number of different things. And if a pharmacy, like if they make testosterone per se, they have to do endotoxin testing, concentration testing. They do multi-batches, like vials out of those batches, and they have to get those reports, and they have to be within 99% of purity, right? No endotoxins, no steroids. The other thing that these compounding pharmacies have to do for testing is this. If they make a product that has more than one ingredient in it. So if we make, let's say, GAC, glutamine, arginine, L-carnitine, they have to test each one of those. They test it together, and then they have to test for, do those components X each other out? There are some medications, drugs, ingredients that will X each other out and cannot be combined. Okay. So show me that testing, because we don't even know if that's right. We have no idea. I mean, so it's a crazy thing that's going on in our industry and our business. And, I don't know, man. A lot of people don't know. Regular people on the street don't know. They don't know this stuff.
Let's jump into this. Let's jump into some of these questions that they might know.
Okay.
How's this one going for you right here?
All right. Would I be able to get a letter of medical necessity when I get my meds? Medical necessity. So a medical necessity would be something like, you need this for sure. Now, we're not going to give you a medical necessity letter unless it's a medical necessity. That would be fraud on our doctors, and they're not going to register a license to write that letter. Now, if you're talking about this, because we have, police, we have all different types of.
I'm sorry, I got to understand. So, is he asking like, you're going to give me this letter so I can say that I should do T or something like that?
Absolutely, it's a necessity for me to do it.
And okay, that's an interesting.
The way around this, and maybe this is why he's doing this. Like I said, we have patients from all different aspects and all different walks of life, all different industries. So some of those industries will require a letter from a physician saying, we are treating this patient and this is the reason why.
Could
That's
this
a whole
guy be
different story.
out of the country, like Canada or something? Because I got a lot of clients in Canada that they do their blood work by their doctors, obviously, because it's I don't know what the health system is called.
Yeah.
Government system. And most of these guys are in their 40s and 50s, and their T levels are around 350.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctors all say you're fine.
Like what if maybe you're, I don't know if they do this, but if you're a college athlete, or a police officer.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Somebody that gets
Okay,
tested.
that makes sense.
That's how I think.
Yeah. So is that probably why they're doing
you could
that?
do that too. Yeah. I mean, if it's something like that, then a doctor would have to write something stating that they need this. Some of these athletes will get Ritalin or whatever it is, Adderall.
But if this guy wanted it, he would basically just first need to go do blood work at Titan Medical.
Right.
Titan Medical would have to say, it is true, if it is true. And if it's not true, then you're not writing nothing.
Right. Yeah, we can't be fraudulent when we do, but at that point, if it's there, it's there. But if the range is from 264 to 916 and you come back at 300, you're not clinically deficient, and that's not a medical necessity. So that's the thing. I mean, there's athletes, college and pro, that use hormone replacement and other things, but they have a letter from a doctor saying that is a necessity and that is needed, and they can get approved to do that.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that one, Johnny. What about this one? This one's a great one because I know Kratom is a big thing and has been for years since Mark Bell's movie.
Yeah.
And I know it's a derivative or it is a bridge from something heavier dose to trying to come clean.
So I've never used Kratom. I've never used it. They have all kinds of Kratom bars up and down the roads over here in Tampa and stuff like that.
Have you seen any of the studies on it or any of the? Did you watch the movie?
Bell's movie. I watched a little bit of his movie about it. I have looked at some studies. I know there's all different types of Kratom too as well, and they're supposed to do different things too, right? Some is for energy, some is for pain, some is for, all different types of benefits, I guess. Me myself, I've never taken it. So I wouldn't be able to speak on it, but people do say if I take this much, then I get improved energy, or if I take more than this, then I get tired. So I don't really know. I mean, I couldn't speak on this because I've never taken it.
I'm going to leave that one alone as well. Jeffrey, what do you got for us, big buddy?
This one's kind of different, so I kind of like it.
I really like the first question of the day, though.
What was the first one?
My first show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
This one's a little different.
As a guy just starting his business, could you guys give me any advice from your own experience, how it was for you in the first year of business? Any advice would be helpful. Stressful, nervous. I was confident too at the same time, I guess, but definitely, I was confident as hell. I knew it was going to happen. I told Sharice that for sure, but you still get nervous about things, especially when you get a 2-year-old at home. Everything's all in. There's no backup plan. Some people they transition into entrepreneurship, or they transition into other jobs, but they already have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So for us, it was just it was having to be determined. And at that point, not taking no either too as well. I mean, there's a lot of no's out there, and at that point, like I said, you're nervous, you're confident. You got a bundle of different emotions. Luckily I had Sharice, so at least I could bounce off her. So it was a little bit more, but she was still questioning it too. In the beginning, she didn't think it was going to pop. I don't think the way I knew it was, but at that point, you got to be confident. You got to be confident what you are, but it was tough. I mean, my first year in business, honestly, we did very well. We did very well our first year in business. We never went into the red. We were always in black. But we invested everything back into the company. That was when, listen, if I didn't get paid for gas, that was one thing. Food was one thing, but there wasn't a lot of extracurricular things. And back in the day, I'll be honest with you guys, like when I have hardly as much money, or definitely not money I had, when I used to go out, I used to get free bottles. I used to get like I used to get like hooked up. The less money I had, I got hooked up a lot more than now. Obviously, now I'm the guy paying for everything. But at that point, you know, it was a different world back then. But I was just focused on what the goal was, and the goal was to get the business going, to get us out there, and that's it. So you got to be determined in what you're doing. And that's
I'm going to go a different route with this, but feel free to clip this one because I'm going to go with the emotional aspect of it. First of all, congratulations. Most people talk about it, think about it, but never do it. You are. That's props. And one thing that you already are figuring out is, and it's funny to me, and Johnny's the same way. When somebody goes, "Oh, well, you can work out because you don't have a 9 to 5," and I'm like, "You're a freaking moron."
Yeah.
When you work for yourself, my friend, you're working 7 days a week. You're working until nighttime from the eyes open to eyes closed. I work twice as much, 3 times as much as the average person has a 9 to 5.
Yep.
And I love it. I freaking love it. And so for you, love that you're doing it for yourself and you're putting yourself out there. Do something you love and you'll do 3 times as much compared to working for somebody 9 to 5. You're like looking at the clock from the second you get there to the second you leave. Compared to you own it, you're good. You're good from the morning to night. So I just say, have fun with it because you're going to be like Johnny in 10 years and go, wow, when I started, I was thinking maybe not. And the struggle is worth it. You good with that, Johnny?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely good with it for sure. I'm telling you, I mean, I remember sitting there, like we got the we started with the cell phone, created the LLC. We were seeing the single patients as we could. And at that point, like literally, like Sharice's like sitting there because you know she's jobless, I'm jobless at that point, and she's like, "You think this phone's gonna ring?" And I literally told her right then and there, I go, "Listen, there's gonna be a day when this phone doesn't stop ringing." Right. And that day came. So at that point, I don't know. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I seen the writing on the wall. It was, I don't know. It was, if anybody talks about like epiphany type events, that was my epiphany. That was definitely my epiphany when I seen, for sure.
That's awesome.
It was just super cool. Super cool to talk about it now and to think about it now. Like, you know, because when you're there in that point.
Also, I've seen you work and I've seen you guys and how much you
like to work. We like to work. Dakota. So this is cool. My mind is pretty blown right now explaining these things with the peptide companies. I take GHK, BPC, and TB mix right now, but it doesn't say glow. And this specific company has had lab tested products that don't come back 99% like they say. A lot of people go through these companies due to the cost and price, not being able to afford it. So where's the hard line of being healthy and trying to be going through the gray market? So this is the thing, right? They can combine anything and put anything on a vial. You have no idea what's in it. At that point, like, because people call me all the time, like, John, like, you know, you told me BPC is going to be $275 to you guys. I see it online for $50. You know, I'm like, listen, there's a big difference between what you're going to get. And this is what it is, you know, if you're worried about the financial portion, okay, you're paying $50 for the vial, but is it working? Do you have any idea what's in it? And now you're injecting this into your system and really have no idea. This could cause a negative side effect. It only takes one time for that to happen and have to go to the hospital. I know people that this has happened to too as well. So, you know, is it really worth it? I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't available via U.S. licensed pharmacies, and the reason it's costs more from a U.S. licensed pharmacy is because of the testing. They got to test the stuff. The testing costs money. And at that point, they can't sell vials for $50. Most of those vials you're getting for $50, if, let's say BPC and TB 500, usually those are 5 milligrams per ml anyway, or 5 milligrams in the bottle total. And at that point, like you're getting 15 milligrams from us in as far as dosing. So it's almost like 3 of those vials. But yeah, I mean, I would just be as healthy as possible. I mean, if you're going to use these companies, I mean, I don't know, you're taking a risk. I would just rather use a reputable company, make sure I know what I'm getting, and use one of the products so I know for sure I know what I'm getting. And in the next month, switch to another product, and so on and so on. Because you're taking a risk, and I definitely wouldn't do it.
So nice. Yeah, Johnny, you're so nice.
Well, I'm being honest. I'm trying to.
Yeah. Are you? Let me see. After I answer this question, if you're being honest.
Okay.
Because I think you're being really, really nice. So you're telling me, Dakota, you're going to shoot something in your body that may or may not be something good, and you still want to stay in that range of black market stuff. Stupid. Do not shoot something into yourself that's possibly bathwater, as they used to say in the old school. Go to Titan Medical, get the real shit. It's your body, it's your one life.
Yeah.
Don't be an idiot.
It is. It's true.
Are you being nice or are you being honest?
I was being nice and honest, I guess. I mean, I guess I try to put myself in their shoes. And if I put myself in their shoes and I don't know what I know, at that point I look at it, I'm like, all right, well, let me get BPC. And then I search up BPC and I see, there's peptide science. That's a big one. And I look at peptide science and I look on there. I'm like, all right, BPC is $50. Cool. Let me order this. Awesome. Now, I think it's okay because it's online and I could order it online. So it must be okay, right, Mike? Because somebody would be looking at this and take these guys down. That's not what's going down. I mean, they are hitting some of these places, but not as fast enough. And there's
you're going to get
another one.
You're going to get a BPC and shoot it into Peter's knee. You're going to shoot it into his shoulder.
Never.
Then why? If you're not going to shoot it into your kid, why would you shoot it into yourself?
I wouldn't.
You're not doing it, Johnny. I know you.
I wouldn't. Period. That's not me. I'm just trying to be nice on the other side of things and looking like they don't know. They're uneducated about things.
Don't give them an out. Don't give them that shit. Don't.
All right.
They're here to know the truth. And the truth is, if you're going to shoot something in you, know what the freak it is.
I agree.
Don't play around like that.
I agree.
I mean, it's just, Dakota, think about that, man.
Yeah.
It's like you're just taking a risk on your body. Holy shit. Yeah. That's not a thing. You don't do that.
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, come on, man.
I wouldn't risk it.
It's your body. If there's anything you're going to spend money on, it's your food, what you eat. If you need medication, real medication, if you're going to take care of your body, do the stuff 100%. Make sure you're safe. It's like you're playing Russian roulette with something you're buying offline. If you guys haven't seen how the world is and how scams happen, it's like, come on, man. You see drugs all the time and they get pulled off the shelf. Listen, the FDA saying, oh, don't worry about it. Go ahead. Get vaccinated. Now look.
Yeah.
Christ, man. If you're going to just
go, my God.
It's online. They're on it.
You're right. I mean, you are right for sure, because that's how it is.
So
that's definitely how it is, man. I mean, but people are just like, it's getting crazy. I mean, I seen some lady who's got arrested for she was acting like a dental assistant or whatever. She was super gluing veneers on people's teeth.
Whoa.
Florida's got we've got all the best.
Her name's Susan. She was great.
And then I mean, I don't know. Listen, guys, Florida has the craziest stories every single day. Like there was a lady down in Miami who was shooting Fix-A-Flat in the girls' butts for filler. Fix-A-Flat.
So you know this stuff then. You know that how crazy this world that we live in is.
I do. It is a crazy world we live in, and people do stupid shit to save a buck. When then in turn, it costs them a lot more or their life. Some of the lady that got busted in Miami, the reason that she got busted is because one of the chicks died. So at that point, like, you know, you're taking a risk with things. And at that point, like, even, you know, some of these people that go over and they get cosmetic surgeries in a lot of these different countries, sometimes they don't come back either. So, I mean, you know, trying to save a buck sometimes might cost you more in the long run than in the short term of what you're worrying about. So just think about that. You know, I mean, for me, I want to be able to get taken care of the best I possibly can. If it's so necessary and I'm not financially good, then I might have to look at a different way, but I don't want that way at all.
Listen,
sure.
Don't get out hustled by a crackhead. Crackheads get out there and get their drugs, and they're broke on the street. Don't get out hustled by a crackhead. Go get your real shit, man. Come on.
Oh my God.
Come on, all of you.
Point. It's a good point. I guess,
come on.
some of those crackheads are smoking $80 to $100 a day.
Yeah,
every single day. It's $365,000
no
a
job,
year.
sleep in a box, and they're still getting their shit.
They know how to hustle. They're hustlers. I don't know what to say. I mean, God.
That's how we play it here, Johnny.
Street economics.
Oh my God, those are just gonna have fun making this clip of the day. Gonna get who was it? Fauci and stuff with the vaccines.
Yeah,
guys, we live in a different world. And the FDA's crooked. It's like, come on, be smart. Again. I freaking love my life. I love how my body is still healthy at this stage. I'm only going to Titan Medical. And on top of that, don't you want to be healthy?
I mean, be the best version of yourself, man. You want to be healthy? You want to stick around? Do you want to enjoy life?
Wait a minute. I'm not listening to you, Johnny. You're going to go to fish now and chicken and start getting skinny on me instead of going to
I always do. I always go to chicken like that.
Get on there,
go to chicken.
Piedmontese, get the hamburgers for
Listen, I'm going to get that. I'm going to order that when we get off of this live, I promise you.
Peter.
I'm going to order that.
Get some of the hamburgers for Peter because he's going through puberty right now. He's got a couple more great growth spurts. You get him that kind of meat, holy sheesh. Titan,
I'm down.
I told you this. Titan at 8 months started eating the dogs. They have well, they're meat dogs, not hot dogs.
Yeah.
All beef meat. That's what Titan ate for his protein.
Really?
Yeah, that was what we didn't do baby food. Yeah. So that's what he was eating. That and trend.
Basics.
The basics.
Filled up. You know, people are like, hey, how did Peter get so tall? I was like, man, when he was in the womb, I used to just inject growth hormone directly into him, directly through her stomach. Just press it in there.
Okay, I got two phones and I'm out of here. The one is somebody the other day, a lady, serious, who's on TV, and she goes, I'm glad I got rhinoplasty. If you don't know what rhinoplasty is, it's a shave of the nose of some sort.
Yep.
So it's changing the nose picture. She had a big honker.
Yep.
And she said, so I'm really glad that my kids will not have to deal with big nose. Let that sink.
What?
I'm not ready for the world to be this dumb. Because she got surgery, she's saying her kids won't have her genetic makeup of having a nose. That's what we're dealing with in today's world.
That's scary, man. I mean, people don't understand that. That's scary. That's scary.
That being said, my son definitely got the benefit from my drug use through my years and my trend use. That's why he's big. So, yeah, vice versa.
Oh my God. I mean, it's I don't know. There's been studies I've been reading lately. They're talking about, like if you're mentally depressed, like that can be passed through your sperm to your kid and all that. I'm like, it's gotta be genetics. It's genetics.
There's genetics and epigenetics. And they do talk about how parents deal with stress does transfer epigenetics into the child.
Yep.
Now I see that firsthand because Mona's like this.
Yep.
She's never here. She's never here. Doesn't matter. I get a movie. She's like, cool. Something bad happens. She's like, cool. She's like, and Titan is like that. He's just happy.
Calm, cool, and collective.
Calm, cool, collective. And so it's cool to see the epigenetics as well as the genetics and his eating habits. Not from us, but and I've seen it in Peter. This guy's kid, guys. If you haven't seen Peter, this kid's a walking stud. This a monster.
He is.
Howard over me. Now put 100 pounds on him.
Yeah, because at that point it's going to be over with. Once once he puts more, like I said, he puts 20 pounds on. I think at this point he's going to be rocking and rolling where he needs to be.
He's like the unit from Seattle, the Mariners.
Yeah,
he's going to be
Ray
that.
Johnson, baby. Yep,
Yeah,
for
Hall
sure.
of Famer, one of the greatest
That's what I'm
ever.
saying. I mean, he's throwing really good. You know, he's got his pitching coach tonight, so I'll be going over there with him like at 7:30. So, but last week, man, I think it's the best lesson I've ever seen him throw. It's crazy.
Guys, for everybody out there, go ahead and click that real talk today, straight up. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Johnny was being nice. I was being honest. I'm telling you, the absolute. You want the best. You want the best for your body. Go to Titan Medical today.
Yep.
Tell them that you saw the show. Get your blood work done.
Yep.
And get the peptides from Titan Medical. And
Yep.
also, guys, I know in your ears when you hear get the peptides or something, you think it's outrageous. It's not. It's affordable.
Mm-hmm.
It's affordable.
It is. It's very affordable. It definitely is. And at that point, like even this week, our therapy of the week special is any of our immune system boosting therapies. It's a number of different things. I'm going to go down the list, but there's a lot from peptides to the mother of antioxidants, glutathione, and all these different things. So if you get 2, you get a mystery therapy. This is something we did special this week. So if you get 2 of the immune system boosting therapies, and they cover different realms, so you're not going to overlap in some of these things. If you get 2, you'll just benefit yourself even more.
If the mystery therapy is PT 141, get that for me and Andreas for the Olympia weekend, so we'll get a little freaky. Go back to one thing. It's inexpensive right now.
Yeah.
There's going to be a time where everything is expensive because you didn't take care of yourself, because you didn't take care of your knees back and stuff. Your testosterone drop.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's going to be expensive completely. You're going to be older, broken, and now you have to take care of it.
Yep.
So change the mindset.
Be proactive instead of reactive with your health.
Put that on a shirt.
That's right.
Have a good day, guys.
Later, brother.